Okay, again, Uncle's gonna try something new. I got like two barriers in front now. Okay, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna do skills class number 27, I believe. Okay, so let's enter the dojo. Bow. Use this as your own visual processes, and let's do the blocks. 1, 2, high rising block. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so let's do some like counters the high rising block. So that we'll go to the right. 1, 2 with a punch. Okay, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so now that was on the outside, right? That's like basically closing out the opponent. Let's go on the inside. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It'd be more like 9, 10, right? But then like Uncle doesn't want to destroy his props. Okay, let's do down foot block. This one we're not gonna do. Okay, the application. Okay, let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's do inside hooking block. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Again, inside hooking block. If we come up from the outside, we're coming this side, right? We're blocking this side, and we're striking this side, right? From the outside, 2, strike block, striking this side, right? So let's do like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and again, that was closing out, opening up the opponent with the inside hooking block. It's like this side, this side. So we're coming up this side, blocking this side, and we're coming up like that, right? So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. All right. Let's do like the outside forearm block. 1, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Application for that would be like this. We're closing out. 1, right? And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, my bad. 8, 9, 10. Okay, and then like so that was like then like opening up, right, the opponent. So it'd be like more like boom. You see how like this is available? It's gonna hit me. 1, okay, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Of course, we just changed up all the different strikes, right? Doesn't matter. You just come up with something along the way. All right, so that was the outside forearm block. Let's go with the reverse hooking block, which is basically the mantis, right? So it's like the mantis looks like this, right? Block out, and then you capture either here or you block out this, or you can just attack, right? 1, 2, okay? So again, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Closing out, coming out this way, out on the outside, hit, or hit, right? Oh my goodness. Other side this way, closing out this way, hit on the outside, opening up inside. Okay, you can see now how when you open up the opponent where you're hitting the inside, how dangerous it is. You're here, you're blocking here, but this guy's hand can still hit you. 1, right? 2, 3, 4. So you do something like this, or you block, and you like kind of like drop like that. We're not gonna do double blocks because it's kind of like, if you're just doing double blocks, you're just defending, right? Block, 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 right? But if like, so what you want to do is you kind of want to do block counter. You don't want to just do block, block. Because if you're just blocking, you're just defending, sooner or later you're going to get hit, okay? So reverse looking block, okay, which is that one. Let's go with sweeping palm block. Oh, this one is easy again, right? You know, every single time we do sweeping palm block, that's what we love doing, sweeping palm block, because it's basically this, right? It's only done one way. Like, bam, I'm hitting the opponent, right? Or bam, I'm hitting the opponent. And really, it's not really a block. It's more like a snake technique where I'm slipping out of the way and I'm hitting. But because we want to have that, just that extra bonus of security, we provide the sweep. So again, let's go with 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Then let's do like the floating block. And so we're not going to use this too much, but let's like 1, 2. You see how it works. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Inside, of course, it'd be like this or like this. Outside, of course, it'd be like this or like this, right? If it's high. Usually we go like to the sides, and it's usually against a kick because we're using both hands, right? So we're kind of like losing the ability to like hit, block and attack at the same time. So a lot of times this is like a capture and then like a break or like a control of the leg. Okay, so that's the floating block. Double chop block, of course, it wouldn't be used in this particular instance. It'd be more like this, right? Double chop block would be like this, closing out the opponent. 1, right? 2, this way. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Opening up the opponent would be, again, look, he can hit me with this one, right? I'd be like, bam, bam. You see, that's why like a lot of times martial arts, when we do our defenses, it's always going to be to the outside. Okay, so that was the double chop block. Okay, I'm going to show you something midstream. Okay, I'm going to show you something. So when you step into the side and you're darting out of the way and you come in at the angle this way, you're doing like the what do you call it, like pounding, right? Which is like the fire. I always mess up fire and metal because splitting is metal, right? I always mess that up because whenever I think about like pounding or fire, I always think about how like we're using an anvil and we're making a sword, so we're pounding the metal, right? So I'm thinking that we're pounding the metal at an angle where it's like vulnerable, but in reality it's not, right? The element is fire, it's not metal. Okay, so pounding again is what circle defeats a straight line, right? As well as a straight line defeats a circle, right? So it's obvious Wing Chun, right? Like, you know, where the guy's like doing these kind of haymaker punches or whatever, the guy, he eliminates the distance and he hits the opponent before they can do anything. Okay, on the other end where the attack is coming straight and we're circling out, it'll either look like I'm coming out this way and I'm circling in at this angle right here, coming out this way, circling in at this angle, okay? Or I'm coming in this way, circling in at this angle, coming in this way, circling in at this angle, right? Opening or closing, right? And this is coming and closing the distance, but it's also, you know how like the teacher, right? The L step, right? Or the J step this way, right? Coming this way, coming out this way, blocking out this way, coming out this way. As on the retreat, you're attacking the opponent at a diagonal, right? On the retreat, you're attacking the opponent at a diagonal, or you're basically doing a circle, right? Okay, so where are we now? Okay, that was the double chop block. Let's move on to the next block, which is the X block. X block, hard to really look at it this way. Okay, X block would be something like this. Opening up the opponent, bam, or we can do this way, right, too. It'd be kind of like, you can do this too, right? But a lot of times you want to capture this way, okay? So opening up the opponent, I give the opponent the ability to punch me, right, with his other hand. Closing out the opponent, again, would be on this side, coming out this way. And a lot of times what happens is, it's usually an attack coming straight down at you because you're trying to capture the middle and then you're turning it out this way, or you're capturing an attack coming in, turning out this way. Same thing with the leg, right? Leg is coming, kicking towards you, you blocking down, and then you're double crane wing, right? Turn out this way, or turn out this way, or pull out straight this way, right? Same thing, right? Circling out, right? All right, so that was the X. Let's go X. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I do the crossing like this: 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Why? Because usually the one that's inside is the one that is always in contact with the blocking point, and then you're going to use that to scissors out, right? It's going to push away like this, right? But being able to transition like this, right, is easy. So I'm here, I'm holding the leg here, but you know what? I want to transition, so I transition here. It allows me to continue contact with myself as well as easily transition in, transition out. That's why you see me doing this kind of stuff when I do the drills for blocking up, blocking down, so that I have the ability to switch whenever I want to, because the hand or the arm that's touching the actual leg is the one that's going to be controlling it and allows me to grab or block or whatever. Now, I can also do this, you know, just like how you do the staff. Of course, we didn't talk about this during staff because I'm not teaching you weapons, but like, you know how like you ride up, you can ride up the arm like this. Nothing saying you can't do that, right? Blam, right? Constantly ride up the arm, ride back on the arm, okay? Or on the limb. Either way is fine, right? So we did the X. What else we did? Okay, let's do the downward cross block, which is this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. A lot of times you see this when we set up, right? It's like, oh, like let's go, right? We set up like this, right? Down across like this. Now, what happens is closing out again here, right? Here, right? Opening up inside here, opening up inside here, because, and you see how easy it is to attack. That's why, for the most part, you always want to be in a situation where you're closing out the opponent, give them less options to attack you instead of opening up the opponent, right? All right, so then we do the bell block. Bell block looks like this, coming across, bam, okay, coming across, bam. Same thing, if we're doing the bell block internally or opening up the opponent, we're here, right? We're blocking here, giving the opponent the ability to hit me here, but the hope is that I'm so quick that I go boom and a bam, and I elbow the guy, or I boom, bam, and I hit him in such a way where he can't react with his available appendage, okay? But if you were to do it a better way, it would be kind of like, you know, like bam, the leg comes up, boom, I'm out here. We have only one option that can hit me. Okay, same thing here, bam, only one option that can hit me as I transition to the other hand. All right, so again, that's the bell block. Let's do 10 bell blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and all it is basically the arm going back and forth, right, moving it out of the way. Right, so that's the bell block. Next block would be the brush block. Brush block is how it looks, kind of like this, where it's pretty much always done on the outside because I'm grabbing the attack this. Actually that's not true. Blocking on the outside like this. This is the outside, closing, attacking this side. On the inside would be this hand, right? Because I'd give him the ability to hit me in the head with this hand, right? So I'd come up like the block like this, and then I go boom. Hopefully I can block with this hand, right? But anyway, okay. So let's do the brush blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so the tiger mount block looks like this. Imagine this is a elbow coming forward, or crazy man stab, shooting like that, right? We're hoping to wedge the elbow so that they can't move, and we can just like move it back this way. So that's kind of like the tiger mount, right? Just up, pushing along the way. Again, outside pushing would be this way at an angle. Inside pushing would be inside here, giving the opponent the ability to hit me. Okay, So again, what's better? Opening or closing out the opponent? For the most part, it's closing out the opponent. But when would you want to open the opponent? Well, when you want more options to beat up the guy. Okay, and your thought is that you're faster than the individual and that you can hit them before that they can react with the other thing, with their other appendage. All right. So that was basically Tiger Mount. Let's do 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This class is running too long. Okay, now let's go to the next one, which is the lifting the gate. Lifting the gate comes up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Same thing. Lifting the gate would be on the inside would be something like this, right? Oh, I'm lifting the gate here, right? I'm lifting the gate here, giving the opponent the ability to hit me with here. We're lifting the gate here, giving the opponent the ability to hit me here. But I cannot hit because I'm between the arms, right? Lifting the gate from the outside or the closing would be here. Lifting the gate here or lifting the gate here. Okay? Because what we're doing is we're going on the outside, minimizing the attack to us. Okay? That's lifting the gate. And then, of course, now we got Chinese crosses. Let's do 10 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. How would they would apply? Again, up, monkey paw, right? Or down, palm, right? Like, or palm, monkey paw, right? So you can go this way, this way, this way, this way. Or you can go this way, this way, this way, this way. It's up to you. From a closing standpoint, we're on the outside, right? So we close this way, or we close this way, right? From a inside standpoint, we close this way, or we close this way, right? Block up or block down this way, but we give the opponent the ability to hit us at the same time. Okay, because we're here. Okay, so for the most part, that's the difference. Again, let's go quickly through the elements. Okay, we got the corkscrew, which is drilling, which is basically all of our movements that are turning using the kinetic chain, right here, all this kind of stuff, right? You know, our twisting movement, whether it be we're twisting back, we're twisting the trunk, you know, the actual movement of all 6 harmonies, which is basically all of the joints, which is the wrist, the elbow, the hip, followed by the opposite, shoulder, elbow, wrist, followed by the opposite hip, knee, and ankle. That's called the unification of the 6 harmonies. 6 harmonies, right? Yes, sir. The whole, what they call Jing, generating energy. Okay, so that was drilling, the corkscrew. All right, splitting is like this, right? You know, it's like here, right? We start off like receiving, then we start off splitting right here. I'm a ship cutting through water. Attacks are going to come this way, or they come this way, or attacks from here is going to go that way, or it's going to go this way. Okay, so same here, right? If I'm splitting, the attack is following this way, or the attack is following this way. Or if I'm the open, right, and I'm splitting, the attack is coming this way, right, and the attack is coming this way. All right, so I can still open and split at the same time. Splitting again, high rising block, splitting. It's coming this way, or it's coming this way, right? The attack is gonna follow this way or this way, right? So we got what? Metal is splitting, right? Water is drilling. Pounding basically is circle defeats a straight line, straight line defeats a circle. Oh my goodness, I'm moving out to the side, right? I'm moving out to the side. Okay, so splitting was opening and closing, but I'm circling, using the circle to my advantage to attack, right? Circling, using the advantage to my attack. The guy is circling me this way, I cut him off, coming straight forward. Fire, that's pounding, right? Okay, so what else do we not encounter? So metal creates water. So metal is splitting, creates water, which is drilling. Water creates what? Wood. Crushing. What is crushing? Okay, crushing is 2 opposing forces moving together, generating energy. This guy is coming forward, I'm coming forward. He's moving forward, I'm moving forward. Bam! I'm hitting him at the same time. His forward momentum and my forward momentum generates energy. That's what they call crushing. Okay, that is wood. Okay, What does wood create? Wood creates fire. Again, pounding. We did the circle defeats a straight line with yin yang theory, and straight line defeats circle. Okay, and then fire creates what? Earth. And earth is crossing, right? That crossing movement, right? Which is basically a scissoring motion like this. Bam, scissors. Bam, scissors. Basically, it's basically this, right? Scissors is like, I'm gonna take this, and I'm gonna separate. I'm gonna separate the shoulder. How do I do it now? Okay, the attack will come in this way. I'm gonna separate the shoulder here. I'm coming actually like this. I'm gonna separate the shoulder, the limb from the shoulder, breaking it out here at the bam. Or like I'm doing the opposite side, which is basically I'm doing here and this shoulder. Or I'm doing the leg coming up this way. Or I'm doing the leg coming out this way. But crossing is also, as I come down, I go over. I'm creating what they call the concept of filling the space. Okay? So fire creates earth, right? Which is crossing. Okay? You know, like an earthquake. Earthquake. It's a scissor motion, okay? Separating the limb from the trunk, or having the shaking going into opposite circle over here, right? So, and then what happens? Earth creates metal. That's the cycle of creation in general. Now, cycle of destruction is basically the grandmother or the mother of the mother, right? Supposedly counters the child, but you can figure that out later. Class is a little bit long. Sorry, it went over. I'm experimenting with these two, I guess, appendages in front. Hopefully, you was able to get the concept of open the opponent, where you come in inside, right? Gaining more ability to attack, but getting also the ability for them to attack you, or closing out from the outside, gaining the ability to take an advantage and minimizing their ability to attack you. Okay, remembering that you can circle in like this, that way, or you can circle out like this, that way. Okay, so one is you're kind of like defending or moving back. The other one is you're moving forward and you're going to try and hit the body. Again, same thing. Uncle is short, so if he's shorter than you, he's going to try and aim for your body, because if he aims for your head, it's longer than his reach, right? If uncle is, if you're attacking uncle, you're going to probably attack uncle's head because you're probably taller than uncle, okay? And if you try to attack uncle's body with your arm, what you'll find is that it's going to be harder for you to reach, okay? So that being said, let's like call this class quits. This is class number, I think it's 27. Hopefully, if not, my bad. I'll just label it for you. Okay, Uncle will see you next time. Let's leave the dojo. Hopefully we got this, and then maybe next time Uncle will do like a bottom one too, like a bottom appendage, not the type of appendage you're thinking of, a different type of appendage. Okay, anyway, let's leave the dojo.